Welcome back, everybody, to Chapter 23, Part 4. We're looking at social work practice with the American Indians. And we had left off talking about health. I wanted to just mention one more thing in connection with the health and welfare of American Indians. There is a significant concern specifically around the areas of substance abuse and alcohol. And has been going on for a long time, this concern, and there's a major effort that has been mounted to deal with this devastating impact that this problem has had on the American Indian population. As mentioned before, one of the difficulties is that a lot of mental health services are not readily available. But this is a concern amongst the American Indian community across the country. One thing that is tied in with this is the high suicide rate, and particularly among some of the American Indian youth. So there's a lot of programs that are being run on reservations, but also in other areas that are being made available to the amongst the tribes to deal with this issue. So I wanted to include that as an additional note on the health, mental and physical health. Now, another key social issue is about family. And one of the things to understand about the American Indian population, as some other populations we've looked at, is the sense of the group or the community, the tribe, the greater network. That's how people within this community see themselves, very much tied in to the overall community. In this case, the tribe, the clan, the entire nation. And it's very much that way. So in doing social work, you're not so much dealing with just an individual as that individual's extended family, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, but also other members within the tribe and the clan as well. And that's an important thing to keep in mind, that the world view among American Indians, the way that it has been from the beginning of their time, is very much oriented towards the whole. And that's something important to keep in mind. Just touching on spirituality. Spirituality with American Indians in terms of the beginnings is not something that follows along the lines of kind of the European religions, structures, churches, that you go inside a building to kind of connect with God or with the divinity there. It's very much linked to the land and to the world of spirits, and in many ways, and actually for the most part, American Indians don't even have a word for religion. So it's much more along the lines of being connected with the world and with creation and with the animals and the trees and everything like that. And over many, many centuries, the American Indians have developed and practiced their spiritual ceremonies and traditions throughout generations. And it was only when the country began to be colonized that the more formal social institution of religion began to be, American Indians began to be exposed to that. Some were willingly converted to Christianity. Others were more forced, kind of a conversion, and only really in the last couple of decades, it was one of the final things in terms of restrictions that was finally, Indians were given the freedom of religion, freedom of worship. Didn't come along till the 1980s. So they're probably the last group that actually got freedom of religion in this country. Many of those ceremonies and things were banned, and Indians were forbidden to participate in them. Again, just from that long, long period of time of trying to take the Indian out of the Indian. All right, that's the end of part 4. Tune back in for part 5.